Hey, what's up everybody? I'm SuperSonicJB. I ran out of ideas on how to start these stupid videos, so I'm just going to jump straight into it and tell you what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be taking a look at Rayman Origins. I've been looking at this game for 8 hours now. Nothing's happened. It's true. Everybody loves Rayman. Wait, not that Rayman. I'm talking about that Rayman, with no neck or arms. Or legs. Rayman is a platforming game series made by Ubisoft. It started back in 1995, with the first game being called Rayman, released on the Atari Jaguar, followed shortly by getting a release on the PlayStation and Sega Saturn, while also the MS-DOS. But who the heck had one of those? This series went on to make several games for many years, but nowadays, we don't really get any new Rayman content. Last thing we got was Rayman and Mario & Rabbids 2, and Rayman Mini on mobile devices. I didn't even know this game existed until making this video. Yep, we haven't gotten any new console Rayman game since Rayman Legends. But believe it or not, this is actually the second time the franchise basically died. Back in the early to mid 2000s, Rayman 3 was the last Rayman game for several years. And at that point, the series seemed kinda dead, until 2011, when the game Rayman Origins released on the Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360. It was a brand new 2D Rayman game with a new art style, new characters, and a fun new world to explore. It looked awesome! I played this game years ago, and I loved it so much. And I thought it'd be a pretty fun idea to play this game again and make a review on it to see if it still holds up today. I'll be playing the Xbox 360 version since it's the one I have, so without further ado, let's take a look at Rayman Origins. Off the bat, I gotta say, this title screen is pretty cool. I love how the game's logo is moving around like it's a section of one of the stages. Also, when selecting a file, the elect tunes make a sound, which you'll be hearing a lot throughout the game. Anyways, we start the game and get to watch the game's opening cutscene where we see Rayman and friends having a relaxing day. They start snoring and making a bunch of noise, and this causes a sick beat to happen. Their snoring is heard in a strange microphone disguised as a random flower that disturbs an old undead lady who gets so pissed off at their snoring, she somehow causes an earthquake. But our heroes just go right back to sleep. So the granny sends her army of the bad guys and Dark Toons out to the surface to take over the world. Rayman and friends try to fight back, but end up getting captured and put in cages. Thankfully, Rayman gets out super easily, and now we're able to start playing the game. We can grab the Bubble Dreamer, aka Polocus's beard, and swing around on it, which is pretty funny. Anyway, some big bug guy comes in the room and tells us that we have to get tons of Electoons to fix the Bubble Dreamer. Or something anyways. So we set off on our epic adventure to fight evil, rescue our friends, and save the world. So yeah, this game has a pretty simple plot, just like most platformers out there. Anyways, we leave the snoring tree and make our way to the first world in the game, Gibberish Jungle. There's a total of 6 main worlds in this game, plus 1 bonus world. Each world consists of multiple levels, with there being some unlockable bonus status, and a boss at the end. At the beginning of the game, you can only run and jump, but as you progress, you unlock other abilities. Yep, you'll be able to attack, fly, change your size, and no, not that type of size, you weirdos. Now, how do you get these abilities? Well, you have to rescue these ladies called nymphs. And oh boy, are these ladies something, alright. Remember the character Batilla from the original Rayman? Aw man, she was so adorable. Well, now look at her. Yeah, they made her into a super thick and sexy woman. In fact, all the nymphs in this game are like this, and I really do love their designs. They're waifu material for sure. Oh, also in one of the trailers for the game, Rayman blows air up Batilla's skirt. I thought this was a kid's game! So yeah, you'll find the nymphs in these cage-like creatures, and we'll have to chase them through a level to unlock their ability. So each level has tons of enemies you can fight by either jumping on their heads or punching them. Once you hit them, they'll turn into this balloon-like thing, and you can hit them again to finish them off. Or you can just let them float up in the sky and die a very slow, painful death. That's always fun. In each level, you'll collect these glowing bug things called lumps. The more you collect in a level, the better your score will be at the end of a stage. You will need to collect these in order to progress through the game, and if you collect a certain amount at the end of a stage, you'll get an Electoon. And Electoons are required in order to move on to the next world, unlike how you need stars in order to progress in Mario 64. Each level is full of these guys, and you can even come across this big king one in the stage, and when you touch it, all the lumps start singing, and now they're worth double. Their song is pretty catchy too, and there's multiple versions they'll sing. Now, one of the best things about Rayman Origins is the level design. The level design is absolutely amazing here. You start off running through a jungle, swinging on vines, jumping on these mushroom things to destroy or create new paths. Next thing you know, you're riding a giant mosquito flying in the sky, shooting things in your path. Next, you're diving underwater, exploring everything around you. Then you got a level where you're in the freezing cold and go to a hot area with lava everywhere. Some levels also focus on your abilities, like flying or wall running, which is really cool. Now the game can get pretty challenging at times, however there are no lives in this game, so you'll be able to die as many times as you want without any punishment. I always hated having lives in a video game and being forced to start all over if I get a game over. But nope, in Rayman Origins, you'll just respawn from the last checkpoint after you die. Thank freaking God. Another thing to note here is the game's multiplayer. You can play with up to 4 people and it's a ton of fun. You can play as Rayman, obviously, but you can also play as Glowbox, Rayman's frog best friend, as well as 2 teensies. You can unlock these other characters by playing through the game's story or starting up in multiplayer. They all play very similar to each other, so keep that in mind. Another thing I absolutely love about this game is its art style. The cartoony 2D illustrations look amazing, and the game's got so many pretty colors. The music is also really good too. I'd say it probably has the best soundtrack in the entire Rayman series. The boss fights in this game are pretty cool too, but their attack patterns can be a little bit unfair and hard to predict, so they honestly can be kind of frustrating to fight, and I wasn't that big of a fan of most of them. Another issue I have with this game is its story. It may seem pretty small and simple, but towards the end, it won't make very much sense. I won't spoil it for you, but I wasn't a fan of how the story changed at the very end. Honestly, I don't have much more else to say about this game. It's just a really fun and challenging platformer that I liked a lot. The level design is amazing, and the art style is so charming. Is it the best Rayman game out there? Hard to say, honestly, but I'd say it's top 3 for sure. Not as good as Rayman Kart, though. That game's a masterpiece. So yeah, that was Rayman Origins, and like I said, it's a really fun game that I enjoyed a lot. It's too bad that Rayman's basically a dead franchise at this point, but with how Ubisoft is nowadays, maybe it's for the best that he's no longer making games. My dream of getting Rayman Kart 2 will never happen!